Welcome to the Game Table Online tutorial for the board game Tsuro. Tsuro was designed by Tom McMurtry and best known as a WizKids game. The game has been published by several other publishers, and our online version is based on the Calliope Games printing. The game is quite simple. Each player has a stone piece and will place a tile every turn with a series of pathways for the stones to follow. The goal of the game is to stay on the 6x6 board while sending your opponent's piece or pieces off the board. The last player with a piece on the board wins. Let's set up our table on the GTO online version for the game. We have 4 settings to select. Live players, which is the number of human players that will be in the game. AI players are the number of computer opponents we'll add. Turn length is a turn timer. And the AI level, artificial intelligence level, sets the difficulty for the computer opponents. I'll set this as we'll see, which is the equivalent of anyone who's in the room can play. We'll set to 1 computer opponent. We'll disable the timer for this tutorial, but you'll find that 15 seconds makes for a brisk, quick-thinking game, 30 seconds is comfortable, and 45 seconds and up provide a more social game. And we'll leave the AI difficulty level at intermediate. When we are satisfied with the settings, we just click start and the game will launch. The board is a 6x6 grid where each block holds 1 tile. For the initial setup, each player places their stone piece on the edge of the game board and one of 48's starting marks. Place ours right there. We're the white piece, and our opponent is the orange piece. I have 3 tiles in my hand, and they're displayed here on the far right. The game highlights the 1 legal space that I have to place that tile, which is adjacent to my piece. By clicking on a tile, I can see how it looks in place there, and I can rotate it through to whatever orientation I like. If I don't like a particular tile, I just click on the other one and it'll substitute right in. Once I'm satisfied with the tile I want to place and the orientation, I click done. The tile gets placed and my piece moves along the white pathway. The only basic rule for tile placement is that you cannot force yourself off the side of the map board if you can avoid it. Like this placement, I could not place my tile here because I'm going to go right off the board. There's really no reason to do that unless I'm really tired of the game, and the server will block me from doing so. Once a square has a tile in it, no other tile can be placed there. So as the game progresses along and there are fewer and fewer spaces, the pressure mounts on how to best stay on the board. Additionally, as the pieces converge, the strategy is to try to find a way to keep your piece on the board as well as driving your opponent's piece off. So now that we're at the same edge, whatever tile my opponent places will not only move my piece, but also his piece. And that's where the strategy of driving your opponent's pieces off the board comes into play. Okay, so this piece will send me off the board in any number of ways, so I can't place that one. And it looks like the computer has beaten me. All of my pathways drove me off the board. And I lose to the computer. So that's the quick tutorial for Tsuro. It's an elegant game with a classical abstract game feel. I hope that you're intrigued by the game to give it a try at www.gametableonline.com or go out to your store and purchase the game. Thank you for watching this, and see you online.